What's going on, guys? Your host, your boy, George McKay, back in studio again today, and I got a good one. I got a fellow podcaster here with me. One half of my favorite podcasts, actually. These guys are from Harlem. They are two of the funniest dudes you'll ever catch on the internet. They got way more subscribers than I do. They got like 1,200. I'm sitting at 98. So,
man.
But it's all love. It's all love, Kenneth.
Make us feel good, man. You make us feel great, man.
There you go. Please welcome one half of the Dirty Heelz, Kenneth Stone, to Straight Talk Wrestling.
Kenneth Stone, a.k.a. Coffee Weaston. They got to give the people what they want. I'm sorry. I'm kind of looking at two screens right here. But, hey, I am happy to be here. I'm usually the guy who's running from the camera. Usually his good brother, Bove. He's always I always got him always in the mix. Usually I'm out of the camera, so. But I'm here.
We put Bove to the side today, and now it's your time to shine.
It's my time. Gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah,
you know, we watch you. We always watch you. We always watch your interviews. I think I watched the interview with the Good Brothers at least 4 or 5 times.
Much love. I appreciate that.
Definitely, man. Definitely, we definitely love it. The followers really don't matter to us. The subscribers don't matter. We just happy that people are paying attention, and that's really the main thing with us right now.
Absolutely.
And look, that's good brother calling right now.
Oh, look at that. Oh, he decided to grace us with his presence, did he?
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore him real quick. He's making sure I'm doing my job.
All right. So as we were talking before I push record, we're going to call this kind of the State of the Union. And it's great to work with other podcasters on this because we're both wrestling fans. So we're going to talk about each promotion, give it about 10, 12 minutes on each, and then move on to the next one. And we're going to kind of grade them. A for, greatness, B for so-so, C for subpar, and no D. We're going to pass right by D and go straight to F for fails.
Oh, definitely.
So the first one off the hop I want to do is one of my favorite promotions. It's a promotion that I've interviewed a ton of their roster, Impact Wrestling. I love what these guys are doing across the board. I love how they've rejuvenated the product. And I love everything from the tag team side of stuff. It's no secret. Like you said, you watched the Good Brothers interview. So I'm a big fan of tag team wrestling.
Yes.
I love what they're doing. Now, this is going to air after Bound for Glory, which drops next weekend. But I think that the Good Brothers are going to hoist those titles come Saturday. What is your thoughts on the Impact Wrestling product, especially the tag team division?
All right. See, for me, Impact, I was not an Impact fan at all. And when I mean I went from not being an Impact fan to actually staying up on Tuesdays watching Impact. I couldn't stand Impact. This is the truth. Good Brother was like, "No, you gotta watch it." Good Brother got me into watching it. What got me into watching Impact, I think it was a storyline stuck out a little better. It got a little better. And then over the during the whole COVID, the storyline just stuck out, got a little better. And then I started really watching it with the whole EC3. Plus, I'm a big Moose fan. I'm a big Moose fan. I just didn't like the direction they were going. I didn't know where they were going, but they had some things that stuck out for me for the most part. Like I was a big Moose fan. I do like EC3. It's a couple other guys there I like, but I just didn't know where they were going with it. But right now, I think they're going great, especially since the pandemic with all the guys they picked up, the new guys they picked up. And they're not even like just pushing them out there, putting them out there. They're sprinkling these new guys out there little by little. The tag team division, my favorite were the Rascals. I'm just not sure what's going on with them, but I did love that. I don't know the guys who had the tag team titles just now.
It was the North, and then Motor City Machine Guns took it.
Motor City Machine Guns. I like the way they fought Motor City Machine. I honestly thought they should have won from Motor City Machine Guns because I honestly didn't know much about these guys coming into watching it. Because I didn't really watch Impact. So going into this, I didn't really watch it, but it kind of made me watch it more. The Motor Machine Guns and I don't know the other kid's name. Like I said, I don't really watch too much of Impact as of lately.
Fair enough.
But the kid with the purple hair, the Joker kid.
Oh, Ace Austin.
Ace Austin. And I love him, Ace Austin and his partner. So like when him and the Good Brothers were going at it, I kind of, like I said, I just watch it and it amuses me. I don't downplay. I won't change the channel. I won't. For the most part, for me, since I'm a new watcher, I think it's unpredictable for me. I don't really know what's going on. Which is better for me because I don't want it to be predictable. I hate predictable.
So then you, it's something fresh and it's something new. And you as a new Impact watcher, which welcome to the team because we love to have more watchers on the team.
Yes.
As far as it stands from you for being a new watcher, what you've seen so far, what would you grade the Impact product?
I would give it a B.
Okay.
I would give it a B, and only like I can't give it an A is because I would say the crowd.
Right.
I would give it I would just say the crowd. That's it. Because for the most part, the storylines are great. I love all the wrestlers. I can't say anything wrong with the wrestling. I can't say there's anything wrong backstage because I really don't know what's going on. But for the most part with me, I love the wrestling. I like the little storylines. I like the way they sprinkle these guys in. They don't make everybody like one person is not the main superstar of Impact. You get what I mean? Like just because you have the belt doesn't mean you're the main superstar, you know? And I do like the way they do that. They don't make anybody the one man bigger than the whole team. And you know, everybody plays their part for the most part with me. So I do like those guys.
All right, perfect. I see your grade, and I only am going to raise it a little bit because I have been an Impact fan for so long. I'm going to give it a solid A all around because I love who they brought in at Slammiversary with all the releases. I love the addition of the Good Brothers. I love seeing EC3 and Eric Young back home where they belong and where they can actually be utilized. That's the problem when you have too many dudes in a roster, too many great talents. It gets oversaturated and people get lost. And how the WWE never gave Eric Young a run blows my mind. Blows my fucking mind.
Another thing, I might have to give Impact an A though.
Okay.
All around for this. They don't have that many tag teams, but their tag teams are better than WWE's roster tag teams.
Yes.
And I just want to point that out there. I cannot give you a handful of Impact tag teams, but the three that I do know are better than what's going on in Raw and SmackDown right now. You know? The way they handle the division. I love the Rascals. The Rascals are probably one of my favorite tag teams, you know? And I started watching the Rascals because of Impact, you know? When Trey just fought the other week, who did he fight? Did both of them fight or was it one of them? I'm not sure, but they fought not too long ago. And I like those guys. I like Trey, Desmond, and the other, I can't really remember these guys' names. I'm terrible with names.
That's okay.
Terrible. You know, it's probably the weed. But definitely the weed.
Definitely the weed. That's okay. It's all legal, and it doesn't have to be medicinal anymore. You can't say it's for glaucoma. It's just you like it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
But definitely, I love those guys. And like I said, their tag team is way better than WWE's. It's doing way better. It's flourishing. If you ask me, give these guys I give them 2 more years, and they're going to be the tag team. They're going to have the best tag team in the whole world right now, to me, if you ask me. Give it a couple years.
I'm not going to disagree with you at all. I agree with you.
I think for me, they have just enough, you know, whereas AEW have too many. Raw and SmackDown have enough, but they just don't put them out there as tag teams. They're more into making their own, doing their own thing. I don't know what's going on with those belts right now. You know,
well, let's talk WWE for a second because it seems that we're on this tag team wavelength. How do you feel about what they're doing over there now with Alexa Bliss and The Fiend together, with them breaking up the New Day after such a fantastic multi-year run? And now we know that Big E is probably going to get a hardcore singles push, which I think he deserved, 3 years ago, to be honest. Big E's a star in his own right. And I hate it when they throw tag teams together because it's like, well, we have these great talents. They're under contract. We don't want to lose them. Oh, hey, let's make a tag team. And then let's do some borderline semi-racist stuff at first by making them all preachers and making them all godly and worthy. And then, okay, let's flip it where they're just 3 guys who believe in positivity. And it worked on so many levels. When it started, it did not work.
It did
Where
not.
it is now, it absolutely worked. And then it was heartbreaking a few weeks ago to see, like, Big E looked like he was going to cry. Yes. He did. And that was, for a fan, that's what I love about the realness. When certain realness creeps through, it makes it more tangible. It makes you hurt or cheer a little bit more. But with the WWE product and what they've done in the pandemic, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Kenneth, the Thunderdome hurts my eyes. I can only watch it for about 45 minutes before I got to take a break. There's too much light there. Do you agree with me or do you just...
No, you're right. For me, I think there is too much light. You got to squinch a little bit. It's a lot. I kind of like the way NXT did it, dim the lights down a little bit. Definitely. But for me, the tag team and WWE, for me, I'm one of the biggest New Day fans. One of the biggest. I love the New Day. I said this was gonna happen months and months ago. I knew they were gonna do it months and months ago. It was just how they were gonna do it, the leading up to it. For me, it doesn't make sense because how are you gonna feed Big E to the people? For me, is how are you gonna feed the people? Are you gonna make him a face and then give him the same push as Kofi Kingston and then let him lose against Roman or win against Roman? We all know he's not gonna win against Roman because WWE is just too predictable for me.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
It's too predictable. So for me, it's just putting him in an awkward position of, hey, trying to make whatever works. You know, for me.
Right, and it's no secret that I am not a Roman Reigns fan. I actually can't
I'm not either.
him, man. I can't. I think he's one-dimensional. I think he's nowhere near his family lineage. I think they push this guy too much because for whatever reason, Vince McMahon just loves his big dopey boys.
I stopped watching SmackDown last night. Lots of times, I'm one of those big people. I would stop watching wrestling right then and there because I can tell you what's gonna happen the rest of the. And if it's too like I said, if it's too predictable for me, I'll cut it off. I'll watch anime or something. And last night, what they did to Braun Strowman, I was like, really? Braun Strowman, really? The same guy who lifted up an ambulance, threw you off, almost took your body, almost took your life. Braun Strowman, you're taking him down like ease now, and it just made him look so weak. Yes, he's moving to another brand, but you made him look so weak just to make Roman look so strong. And I did not like it. I was like, I understand the storyline once again. I do. But don't sacrifice someone who's pretty much okay. He's okay. Braun Strowman is one of my favorite wrestlers in WWE. You know, he's one of the reasons why I watch it. I like the guy. You know, but don't sacrifice his little bit of career to put this guy up. And the thing I say about Roman is they've been pushing to the point where, like, all right, eventually people have no other choice but to be like, all right, it's Roman. Okay, it's Roman. Okay. Eventually they're going to push to the point where people already don't like him. Now he's heel. Eventually we're just going to hate everything. Now we're going to be like, oh, this again. Like, that's how I feel with the Seth Rollins and Dominic. I hate it. You know, my girlfriend walks in, she says, oh, this is on again? They're still fighting? She says, how long are they going to fight? They've been fighting forever. And this is true. You know, I just think, for me, the storylines of WWE are a little too predictable. And the people who should be thrown under, or not even thrown under, the people who could be misutilized a little bit, they don't do it. Like, Braun Strowman shouldn't have taken that beat down last night. You know? Could have taken anybody else, not Braun Strowman. You know? And speaking of, we talking tag team. Tag teams that don't make sense. Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro. Don't make sense. These are tag teams. And then it had the nerve to have Sheamus in a match with them to fight the New Day. Now, one, you break up a perfectly fine tag team for a Sheamus and Cesaro to put him with Nakamura, who should have won the championship a long time ago at WrestleMania. So, like, for me, it's just, they're just taking these guys and like, just further and further down to the point where people are not going to want to see it. People are not going to see these guys, you know, because now for me, is when they come on TV, it's so predictable for me, I'll literally just change the channel.
There's nothing that you said that I ever can disagree with. I think that if Bove were here, I would say, Bove, you're fired. I'm now the newest member of the Dirty Heelz because we're just on the wavelength. It's 100% true. They oversaturate. They throw together tag teams. My former co-host, when he was on the show, he had this great saying that they would, WWE, right before Raw, they would have a whiteboard. And they would literally take stuff and just throw it against the whiteboard and see what would stick. And they'd be like, okay, you know what? Yeah, let's put Cesaro with Sheamus and let's call them the Bar. And it did work. That's one of the few times it worked well. But now these throwing together tag teams, they suffer. It's because, okay, we can't give you a singles run because there's too many singles guys. So I'm going to put you in here. I'll give you a little bit of extra money because you're going to have a title on you. We're going to throw you together for a bit, and then we'll have one turn on the other eventually. Not sure which one. We'll let you know when it'll happen.
And that, the plan doesn't work for me. Like, I think right now, the whole I didn't like Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler from the gate. I think they were the worst. I just think
like
they should
70s porn stars that got fired from the porn business. That's the
yes.
matter.
So they need to just get rid of the gimmick. Just get rid of it. I wish Bobby Roode would just get rid of the Glorious. It was cool in the beginning.
Yes, it was.
Let's go. Go ahead and get rid of it. Let's try something new. Let's revamp ourselves. And I think the problem sometimes WWE be scared to let their wrestlers revamp themselves or think outside the box sometimes.
They are restricted. I mean, we all know what happened with the Twitter accounts and any other kind of account. Vince McMahon now is taking control of all that. And AEW takes shots at that quite frequently. We'll get into that in a second. But everything you're talking about, I agree with. We already know that Hell in a Cell is going to be very predictable. We know everything that's going to happen. But the one bright spot for me during this whole COVID period, during this whole WWE 2020 struggle that has been the emergence of The Fiend. I love the character. I'm a big fan of the dark characters. I love everything that they were doing. I love the Firefly Funhouse, the Mr. Rogers, and the psychoticness. I love all of it. But now with Alexa Bliss as potentially Sister Abigail, that's a head scratcher for me. I believe that Sister Abigail from the get-go should have been Nikki Cross. Do you agree with me on that?
Yes, I do. Which is crazy. Is if Good Brother Bo was here, he'd be clapping for you right now. He'd be clapping for you. Because we've said this months and months and months ago that they misutilized Nikki Cross. I said, that's why she isn't as, I said, honestly, if you ask me, Nikki Cross should be the champion right now. You know what I mean? She should be because of her status. You know what I mean? Like she's fought, she's been there. She hasn't been hurt. She's actually been there. Maybe when they took her from Sanity, they could have done that some way, somehow. Mm-hmm. You know, for me, the Alexa Bliss thing, it's okay for me because I'm like, all right, it's new. Let's see where this works. Let's see where this goes. But until I start cringing and say, all right, this is a little too predictable. All right, this is just not working for me. Then I'll change up. But I don't mind Nikki Cross being the Sister Abigail. I don't actually know how that didn't happen. I don't know why that didn't happen. Her character is basically a different version of it. You know, she's from Sanity. I'm not sure. But I guess they wanted to go with the whole, but once again, they wanted to go with the whole Braun Strowman, Alexa Bliss love triangle thing they were trying to do. I'm guessing. You know? Yeah, I don't know.
What can we say, though? What can we say that hasn't already been said? That so many wrestling fans are frustrated with the product. But here's the problem. Much like when hockey fans or basketball fans are frustrated with the product, everybody bitches and complains. Everybody goes to social media. But I tell you right now, if every wrestling fan that's watching this episode would turn off Raw for the entire night and not watch it,
that's what I do.
I guarantee you the next week, Raw would change everything. If their ratings dropped dramatically, if the Thunderdome was all black because nobody signed in to be on TV for 15 fucking seconds and be instructed to go, woo, or yeah, boo. If they weren't instructed to do that and nobody showed up, Vince McMahon would probably have a fucking heart attack and die, and then Triple H would slide in and be like, okay, cool, let's change everything now. He's dead. The Wicked Witch of the fucking West is dead. Now
that is true. And that is 100% true. 100% true. There's nothing, because for me, like I said, I will cut it off. I do not care. Doesn't matter to me. I'll watch highlights in the morning on the way to work. I don't care. Because for me, this is what I love. And if it becomes just if it just becomes stupid to me or anything that I just don't like, I'd be like, yo, this could be better. I don't need to watch it. I would turn it off in a second. For me, I'll turn it off in a second. I'll watch YouTube or something.
I give it 20 minutes every Monday and every Friday. If the first 20 minutes doesn't hook me, I'm on to the next. Really am.
Wednesdays are the days I usually just stay in there. I'm like, hey, I'm going to watch this all the way out.
Yeah.
I'll watch Wednesdays all the way out. But Mondays, Tuesdays, I'll go from segment to segment. Like maybe, but like I said, if it's too predictable, and that becomes a problem for me, predictable,
So we basically outlined everything that's wrong with the product. What's your grade? I know my grade, but I'll let you.
My grade
is yours.
It would be hard for me to give WWE a grade because I love the wrestlers, and I cannot blame the wrestlers once again, because when you're giving something, you make lemon, you try to make lemons out of it, and I can't be, I'm gonna give them a C. I gotta give them a C because like predictability for me. You know, like I could literally watch it and be like, oh, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Oh, here he comes. You know, I watch it with my girl. I'll be like, oh, watch this. Someone's coming from the back. Watch, he's gonna get attacked. She's like, how do you know? I'm like, it's predictable. It's just, you know, just know. You know?
I don't ever want to watch a movie with you that you've seen 80,000 times over. You're the guy in the theater that gave away that Bruce Willis is dead in The Sixth Sense. You're that guy.
That is me. That is me. That is me. You know,
I on the other hand, am going to give him a straight up F. The product has been nothing but a down spiral for me. And you're right. I can't blame the wrestlers, but I can blame everybody backstage, from the CEO to the COO to the writers to Paul Heyman to everybody. How many times has Paul Heyman been hired and fired as the head of the Raw writing team? It's been a ridiculous amount of time.
And that also becomes a problem when you fire and hire someone, and then the person you fire are looking for their best interests. You know, like, it's not like Paul Heyman's out here looking to become the Vince McMahon. No, he's out here looking for himself to become the best Paul Heyman he could be. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be the man. He wants to eventually run the company or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I can't blame Paul Heyman either, but you can't undercut people, you know? And once again, it's business. And, you know, I don't know, business for people, man, you know? I just feel like they should change drastically. I give, for me, if they don't change within the next 2 years, they will go down. They will go under. Like this, I think Impact should have showed them how to change under under dire circumstances, because these circumstances formed a new Impact. If you ask me, like this whole new Impact, because of this whole Corona, Impact has gotten better. Because of Corona, WWE has gotten worse. So, like, I don't know. Impact, they should work. I don't think they watch their other products, or, like, you know.
No, they don't.
Like, I don't think they watch. You know, like, if I was LeBron, I don't think, would you watch the Knicks play? I would watch every team play, because those are my competitions. I don't think they watch competition or even know what their competition is doing or try to capitalize. You know, it's certain things they could have capitalized off a long time ago, and they never have, you know?
Yep. When I interviewed the Good Brothers, that's what they told me. They said, you're in this WWE bubble because the schedule is so combined. Now, obviously with COVID, we can't really blame the schedule because they're all in one place.
Yeah.
But they're all in this little bubble. And that's the problem with Vince McMahon. During the Monday Night Wars, when it was the best time to be a wrestling fan, everybody was paying attention to everybody else. But now Vince thinks there really is no competition, and he's got to watch himself, because as much as AEW's roster is oversaturated, they have stronger storylines. Their storylines.
But you know, also became the problem. You got to imagine being the only king on the mountain for like 10 years.
It's true. You get complacent. You get lazy. You're right. Yeah. You're right.
He's the only king on the mountain for how long? And then, oh, here comes these other guys out of nowhere. So now they're scared. Now they're like, oh, they're doubling down. They're trying to figure things out now. They're fidgety, you know? And that's how I feel. Now they're fidgeting, you know? Oh, we got to make this happen. Oh, we got, you know, and when that becomes a problem, they got too complacent, like you said. And that becomes a problem, you know? Too comfortable. They just got to maybe read some letters from fans. I don't know.
Read some emails, Vince. Open up your email account.
Open your emails, man. I know there are fans out there that have wrote storylines for these guys that'll probably be tremendous, and these guys just like, you know, throw them out. I don't know. You know, I don't know. But I wish that WWE would make stars instead of using the same guys over and over. You know, like Chad Gable. Chad Gable could be a fucking star.
Okay.
He could be a star. But you underutilize him. And then you put him in stupid storylines.
Shorty G, the worst thing ever.
Oh, I hate Shorty G. I don't understand why you didn't make Chad Gable Kurt Angle's son instead of Jason Jordan.
Oh, Jason Jordan was a washout. I hated that fucking guy.
It didn't make him. Yes, but see, all of that didn't make any sense. Once again, they just, hey, let's do this. It seems like they just jump into stuff like, hey, I got this idea. Word? Let's do it. Let's make it happen. You know, that I don't know. These guys are, like I said, I give them 2 years. I give them WWE 2 more years. And then after that, I think they will be taking over.
I
There would be
actually don't
by
disagree with you. I think
2
you're
years
right.
there would be a new sheriff in town.
All right. Well, speaking of new sheriffs in town, people that have grown. So now we've gone through Impact, we've graded them, we've gone through WWE, we got frustrated and we graded them. Now we're moving on. AEW, they have been probably the brightest spot in the last year of what they've accomplished and what they've done. Now, mind you, I do have some frustrations of my own that I want to get out, but I'll take the reins on this one. I'll give the floor to you. My frustrations are this right now. They literally are taking everybody. They're oversaturating the roster. I'm a big fan of women's wrestling, and I love what they're doing with the women's division, but I still think the wrong face, which is Britt Baker, is the wrong face. I don't think she should be the face of the division. I think that somebody like my former guest and fantastic human being, Thunder Rosa, the NWA Women's Champion, should be doing a lot more matches than she's been doing. I also believe that everything they're doing with Nia Rose is being completely underutilized. They have a gold mine there. Yes, okay, some people may not like it. That's a transgender. That's your opinion.
I don't care.
But I think she is a power fucking house. And having Vicky Guerrero as her mouthpiece is nothing short of fucking genius. Genius. But then again, we have Cody Rhodes taking so much time and Tony Khan doing exactly what Eric Bischoff did. They just want to take fucking shots instead of focusing on the goddamn product. Jon Moxley is a great champion, but there's a lot better out there. I don't think he should have held the title as long as he has. And I also think that Brian Cage and Lance Archer are way better front runners for that company right now as to what they're doing and how they're showing off. But because the roster is so oversaturated, they can't do anything right. So for me, as far as I'm concerned, AEW gets an A for the roster and how great the matches are and the storylines are. They get an F for Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes because of how they're underutilizing the talent. You've hired too many people. You're trying to save too many people's jobs and put too much money in pockets, and I commend you for that, but you have to stop hiring people.
Yes. You know what? I wish I had the button. I'd give you a low down and dirty. Oh, that was great. I can't be mad at anything you said. You explained it perfectly. Everything you said was great. You nailed it because it is the truth. They're more trying to take shots than anything. They have too many people, always saturating it. Then the guys you do have, you don't utilize them right. Jon Moxley shouldn't be the champ right now. For me, someone else should be the champ. They should have kind of gotten over that. The TNT title thing, didn't like that happened. That Cody comes back, changes his hair color, comes back. I didn't like that at all because I like the Dark Order, the whole Brody Lee thing. I love them. So for me, AEW, I will give them an A for their roster. But like you said, an F for everything else. Because I think they have some good storylines, but they have a lot of dropped storylines. They have tons of dropped storylines. They have, I don't know, man. It's a lot of stuff that you just, but no, another thing I do like about them is if you watch AEW and then you watch Being the Elite, you will always be caught up. You won't never be out of the loop, kind of. So I kind of like that part of it too. You know, I do like the comedy part of their things. But like for me, sometimes it's just overbearing. Like the Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley thing. I don't like it. You know, it's kind of overbearing to me. Maybe I'm just not an Eddie Kingston fan. He seems like this overbearing guy. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I think it's been time for Moxley to give up that title. It's been time. You know, Archer, I don't mind. I love Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is my #1 favorite wrestler of all time. So for him to be over there and doing what he's doing, always putting someone over, it's fine for me. Orange Cassidy is one of my favorite. So like I said, all these wrestlers are great for me. I don't want to say they're doing bad because they are a one-year company and they have done a lot good. You know, they've done a lot, I say good than bad, more good than bad, you know. But for the most part, I would say I love AEW, you know. Bo hates me because I'll be like, yo, they can't do no wrong in my eyes.
The wrestling is top tier. It really is.
Yes.
Storylines fuck up, the matches make up for it.
Yeah, yes.
They really do. They're artistry and motion.
Like they're having a tournament. The tournament, to me, the brackets don't make sense. But those are going to be great matches. Like they have Phoenix versus Pentagon. I don't want that to happen because that's probably my second favorite tag team of all time. and it's them. So I don't want that to happen, but it's gonna make a great, great match that people have never seen before, but that people have wanted to see forever. You know, so I cannot be mad at anything they do. You know, I look at it like they're checking out the bugs and taking out the kinks and stuff. You know, but a lot of those guys aren't signed too. You know, a lot of those guys are just free agents and all of that. But I do give them a thumbs up on the jobbers. You know, doing a great job with the jobbers, man. I even know the jobbers' names. You know, like WWE, the jobbers don't have names. They don't even have music.
Yeah, it's true. You actually just see them in the ring, and then the other guy comes out. That's true.
Yeah.
You're right. But I actually I've had a couple of jobbers on my show. Daniel Garcia.
Right, oh, wow.
He was on my show. Fantastic human being. Great guy. You would like him a lot, man, because he is just, and his hip hop knowledge, like him and I are both hip hop heads. Bro, I can tell you that go back and listen to that episode, man. What he talks about, all the hip hop that's going on in Buffalo right now, it's no joke. Don't sleep on Buffalo. They got some guys coming up. Yeah,
okay? Griselda.
Yes, exactly. So you can't sleep on Buffalo.
From Harlem,
you can't sleep on Toronto a little bit because everybody just says we have Drake, and I'm not a Drake fan. I fucking hate Drake, actually. I think he should stick to singing, not rapping, because everything sounds exactly the same. But
I think he's beautiful, man. I think that guy's magical, man.
Well, you know, to each their own.
I think Drake is magical. Drake reminds me of, like, I don't know, something magnificent's about to happen. He's like, I don't know.
Does Bo agree with you on Drake?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Oh,
he doesn't really listen. He listens to more of old school music.
I'm the same way, man. Listen, 90s hip hop, 2000s hip hop, we were spoiled.
We don't even spoiled. We listen to more of like our mom's music.
Okay, Motown?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a Temptations fan myself. I love the Temptations. I love me some Otis Redding. Okay, don't get me wrong. Okay,
Otis Redding's my guy.
Years of a Clown? Come on.
Definitely.
I'm an old soul like you guys, okay? I'm old soul.
Yeah, that's it. Old souls, man. That's mostly what we listen to. We try to keep up with that stuff. Because I realize the new music is a little reckless and a little different. So
it's come on, man, pop star.
But I do want to do do you watch battle rap? I hate to digress.
You know what? I've caught a few. I'm not going to say I'm on 100% with that. I'm not. But I've caught a few, and what I have seen, I enjoyed. I did enjoy.
All right. Well, I wanted to do an episode because a lot of people don't even realize that battle rappers love wrestling.
Actually, it is promo skill 101.
Yes, they love wrestling. So I wanted to do an episode on all battle rap bars dealing with wrestling.
I'm down. You guys want to have me on? Down. I'll be there.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do that. We gotta make that happen.
Exclusive, guys. It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming, man.
Heelz Part 2.
Definitely.
All right. So we're gonna set that up. But AEW, we've talked about it all. So honestly and truly, let's go fast forward to the 2-year kind of bracket that you gave. In 2 years, you said you think WWE is going to go under if they don't change the landscape. I agree with you. So if there's going to be a new sheriff in town, a new king of the mountain, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Impact, Scott D'Amore at the helm, or is it going to be AEW with Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes at the helm? Who do you see at the king of the mountain?
Neither.
Really?
It's gonna be New Japan.
Okay.
I'm gonna New Japan.
Okay.
Because New Japan just got a new president, I think a new president or whatever, and he was the president of New Japan in America. Everybody wants to go to New Japan. Everybody goes there. It doesn't matter who the wrestler is. They always put on great matches. They always have good stories. I gotta say, New Japan. This is who I would like to be bigger. New Japan. I would like them to be the main gun come 2022, 2023.
Well, I mean, 2018, Alpha versus Omega. I mean, that storyline spoke for itself.
That was the first time I've ever watched.
Me too. That was when I tuned into New Japan at that point. Yeah.
I've never watched New Japan. I never knew any of these guys, Okada or Kent. I didn't know any of these guys. Good Brother Bo told me about Kenny Omega. I didn't know who Kenny Omega was. I didn't even know who the Bullet Club was. But we watched it. I was like, oh, it's amazing. I don't see how more people don't really. I understand how they don't tune in because it's overseas or wherever, but exactly. I hope these guys become number one. I don't see AEW becoming number one because of the roster. You know, Impact, a little too small. You know, just too small. But I think Impact won't go anywhere. Impact won't go anywhere. They, you know, Maybe Ring of Honor. I don't understand why they aren't, a little bigger. I'm not sure.
Well, that's because of years of bad company runnings. I mean, the worst mind in wrestling, I don't give a shit what anybody says, the worst mind in wrestling helmed that company for 7 years. And that's Jim Cornette.
Wow.
Jim Cornette helmed that. And he destroyed guys like Kevin Owens. There would be no Kevin Owens if Jim Cornette had his way. There would be no Marty Scurll. There would be none of these guys if Jim Cornette had his way, because everyone that came out of there, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, Jim Cornette berated them, insulted them, said that they would never be who they are. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm a Kevin Owens guy. I'm rocking the shirt right now.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens is hands down one of the most fantastic wrestlers, and the fact that his arsenal is shrunken down because of the WWE bullshit that they can't do this and can't do that is insulting. Kevin Owens deserves to be in the title picture, not necessarily always have a strap on him, but always be there.
Yeah, and that's but that goes back to what we were saying, how they have talent, but they don't know what to do with them. Like, once again, I'll tell you, like AEW, you have Lance Archer, you have Moxley, and you have all these guys. They're not in the championship picture, but they're around it. Same as, whereas WWE should be doing this. You know what I mean? Yes, go in there with your mother. I'm sorry.
That's all good. My daughter interrupts me. My 4-year-old interrupts me all the time. We good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Yeah. I don't know what she was saying. She told me to come.
She wants you to see whatever she's done. You got to go.
Yeah.
And it's when you walk around the corner, it's probably going to be she put some crayon on the fridge. So you'll be cleaning that.
No. They don't do that. They're not. They make tents in the living room out of the whole couch.
Oh, the fort stuff? Yeah.
Right there. They do that.
See, there we go. Dad,
like I said,
talking dad life.
yeah, dad life, definitely. Sorry, man. But yeah, WWE, they should be putting him around, at least around the picture, around it, at least around the United States title, around the Intercontinental title, around something, I just don't know what these guys do. They give the title to a person and they let it sit there. Like Shinsuke had the Intercontinental title, but you didn't know he had it. Or was it the US title? It was one of them, but you didn't even know he had the title. Who cares? Like, same thing with Otis. Otis has the suitcase. No one cares. No one cares. And my thing is, they make mistakes before they even think about it. Because they didn't think that, hey, Otis is going to be our next champ. So can Otis beat Roman? Is that what you're telling me? No, Otis can't. Why? This is things they could have done. They could have taken the suitcase and tagged them, cashed them in for the tag team titles. It would have put a different aspect on the suitcase for the future.
That's true. I believe if one half, that's a great idea. If one half of a tag team wins the suitcase,
yes,
the tag team should be able to cash in for a tag team title shot. That makes sense. That suitcase should be allowed to be utilized for any title.
Yes. And this is the thing we're talking about. They don't know how to utilize what they have the best of their ability. Like, if you don't want to make Otis a champion, if you see you made a mistake, try to correct your mistake as best as your ability. But I don't think WWE does that. They don't care. It just seems like these guys don't care.
They don't care because they're getting all of our, our $9.99 a month, right? As long as that keeps rolling through, as long as we keep feeding them, they'll
never. It's like the Knicks. Stop. It's like the Knicks. To me, WWE are like the Knicks. They have all these great players and all these great pieces, but as long as we keep going, nothing would change. As long as we keep going to the Garden, nothing change. We keep buying these jerseys, nothing to change. They'll keep giving us trash.
Yep. I 100% agree with you. It's the same way for me. I'm a Red Sox fan, and for years the Red Sox were a joke. And then they had a fantastic last 20 years, winning 4 major league championships. And now they're revamping again. This year was a joke, shortened season, COVID, whatever. Same thing with the NBA. Once we lost, I'm a Raptors fan, of course, we the North.
Yeah.
Once we lost Kawhi Leonard, we didn't really gain another superstar. Now, granted, we had a great playoff run. I didn't actually see us getting out of the second round, but that was probably
I thought it was great.
Favorite series of the playoffs.
I was actually going Toronto whole way.
There you go. And
Toronto the whole way.
It pains me that we didn't go further, but even if we had hit Miami, Miami would have swept us in 4. I firmly believe that.
Nah, I don't think so.
Another level.
I don't think so.
Really?
For me, I don't think so. I think Toronto had the toughness. They had the grit. They actually had people who would knock you the hell over. Whereas a lot of these A lot of these other teams are soft. Toronto played together. Before Kawhi Leonard, that team with Toronto was there already.
That's true.
Before Kawhi Leonard. So a lot of these guys already know each other. You know, they only missed 2 pieces, Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green.
That's true.
That was it.
And look at Danny Green now. Danny Green now is a 3-time champion with 3 different teams. What a guy, man.
He lucked out.
He did, of course.
Some people luck out. Look at Robert Horry. Lucks out. Luck out.
Don't even get me started on Robert Horry. What he did to Steve Nash back in the day when it was the Spurs in Phoenix. Don't even get me started. Robert Horry is one of the worst basketball players in the history of the world. I don't give a shit what
I'm not a fan of him either.
Dirty player. I don't respect dirty players.
A lot of these guys luck out.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm happy that Anthony Davis won for sure. I love him. I think it's great. I definitely think with all the money he has, he could do something with the eyebrow, but that's his choice. That's his life. That's his life choice.
I'm gonna give you a low down and dirty again. Oh man, I got to.
Just get it waxed, bro. It's good.
Same here with me. I'm like, I don't know, cut it. Yeah. Go to the Chinese ladies real quick. They can fix it. They got laser surgery. They got laser surgery for that now.
Just fix it, bro. It's all. I mean, you're a champion now. Like the monkey's off your back. You got it. You reached the peak. Please just do it. Like LeBron James got hair transplants. He won't admit it, but he did. I know he did.
Yeah, you could see it.
You can see.
Anthony Davis doesn't want to cut the Muppet eyebrows.
I get it. Maybe that's his good luck charm. Maybe he grew it out when he was in high school, and maybe that's how he got to where he was. Maybe he's like, yo, if I shave this, I'm never going to reach the NBA.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Kenneth, this has been an absolutely fantastic conversation. We talked about so much, and I can't wait till we can do it again. I'm definitely down for that battle rap episode.
Oh, I'm working on that battle rap episode now. I'm working on it. You know, it's a lot of homework.
Of course.
A lot of homework. So I'm working on that now. But 5 o'clock, actually, 5 o'clock today, I'm actually watching a battle, watching like maybe 10 battles.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually a big fan of the movie Bodied. Bodied is one of the best battle rap movies that there is because
it's okay, but it's, you know what, it's bias. You know, but
it's produced by like one of the battle rap icons in Eminem. I mean, Eminem cut his teeth in battle rap.
Nah.
Come on now.
The guys that were in it, to me, are better than Eminem. I'm sorry. I've never been an Eminem fan.
Okay, fair enough. And there's no bias about that.
The thing with Eminem to me is I think Eminem's lyrically nice, but I've been one of those people I can't really I don't know the word.
Can't relate?
Yes, cannot relate to it. You know, I can't relate to it. So for the most part, I'm not saying he's garbage. I just can't relate to his music.
Fair enough.
You know, I think Eminem's brilliant, but the other battle rappers that were in it, I personally know those guys, so it was a little different for me.
Okay,
you know, like Loaded Lux and the Hollows, and you know those guys. You know, they live not too far from us.
Of course, yeah.
So
for sure. I mean, do you remember Freestyle Fridays?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was up the block.
At 106 in Park, right? Fantastic show. Great show. I was a big fan. There were so many guys that came out of there. I mean, there was Whiteout that came out of there. Gin. I still remember that line. You girls got my egg roll and dumplings in your mouth. Like, come on. That's just fucking genius. Genius.
Yeah. But I didn't know. I think with Eminem, he is probably the greatest battler of all time. The greatest. There is no one who could probably out freestyle him ever. Like I listened to rap my whole life. There's nobody who can out freestyle Eminem.
Yeah.
It's not a soul.
The same way, like my friend, I've been into hip hop since my sister got me into it when I was in grade 1 and she was in grade 8, and she showed me that I'm going to age myself right now. So just, you know, don't be surprised. I'm going to age myself. But she showed me that Your Backbone Slide, Maestro Fresh West, and that was what hooked me because he's a Canadian guy. And then from there, I branched out. I got into everything from Tupac, Wu-Tang. I mean, like I said, in the 90s, in my opinion, in the 90s, we were spoiled with hip hop. The stories that were told and the lyric ability that was there is untouchable. And, you know, big up to one of my guilty pleasure rap songs from the 90s, Capadonna Run. I mean.
Yeah, oh, man, definitely. Oh, man, definitely. What? Definitely.
Your boy's got some layers,
man. Yes, I love Cap. Definitely the whole Wu-Tang, all of them, man. You got to come to the city now, man. We got to show you some things, man. You got to come to the city.
You know what? When the borders open up, I'm going to hit you guys up, and we're going to do it.
Definitely, man.
For a weekend.
Definitely.
And then you got to come to Toronto so I can show you a little bit of something.
We don't mind. We don't mind.
All right, my friend, let's get that together. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Please help me thank my special guest today, Kenneth Stone, one half of the Dirty Heelz, for coming on Straight Talk today. I'm blessed to have you, sir. I'm blessed to know you. I'm blessed to call you a colleague and now call you a friend. And that's the big part about it, is building relationships in this business.
Definitely. We love and trust me, we admire you so much. You like one of the reasons we go hard. There are a lot of people that we shout out all the time, but we make sure we shout you out all the time, 24/7. We make sure that we watch you. We really appreciate you. Trust me, we appreciate you just as much. You know,
much love. I appreciate you guys as well. Like I said, I think you guys are fantastic. You're hilarious. You're honest. You're real, and you're raw. You're like me. That's why I call the podcast Straight Talk Wrestling, because everything I say is 100 straight up.
Yes, that's it. 100 straight up. I love it. You got to get that on the shirt. You got to get that copy wrote for you.
I got to do it. I got to do it.
You got to trademark that. You got to.
I'm going to trademark that for sure. All right, my friend, you go enjoy the rest of your day. Tell your missus, thank you for giving me the time. Go enjoy your kids. And I can't wait. And next time you tell both that he better get his ass on his damn show, because we got one again.
Got you, big brother. Got you.
All right.
I thank you. And I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
From the 6.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. Tune in next week for another episode on Spreaker, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. Also follow us on Facebook at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Instagram at Straight Talk Wrestling, and on Twitter at _Straight Talk. And for all our merchandise, you can search us on ProWrestlingTees.com.